Hi Pisces, hope you guys are doing great today. So I'm going to get into talking about the new moon, and it's going to be in your third house of communication. I did link the new moon video that I did in the description box below. It's also going to be a card above. Try to check that out because that discusses the collective energies that we're all going to be feeling with the new moon, which is happening on the 22nd. And so let's just get right into this. Communication of all kinds is going to be popping for you after the new moon in Taurus on the 22nd. So the third house is all about communication. The third house is a Gemini energy, and it's ruled by Mercury. So lots of communication coming in of all kinds. There's also like writing, any kind of speaking, public speaking, anything like that. And it's any kind of information, any kind of communication that you have online as well. Remember now, Uranus rules technology, all right? But Mercury rules the actual digital devices, and it rules the communication that we have online. So this is really going to be front and center for you. I'm going to say through the beginning of May, but especially after the 22nd. So like either a new project is due to come in after the 22nd for you guys, or you're going to be reaching a new phase in an ongoing project. If you've been working on something, that you're going to kind of reach a new phase right after the 22nd. And that's just going to keep rolling out for the couple of weeks after that. Again, this does rule digital devices, and with Uranus hanging out with us, Uranus is hanging out with us. And remember, Uranus rules the future. Uranus rules surprises, twists and turns, unexpected, shaking things up, but it's to always bring us on our rightful path, right? So remember that. But since Uranus is going to be hanging out there, that in conjunction with your second house, with the third house energy, I just feel like you're going to be communicating via technology more than you have been in a really long time, and differently than you've been. So many of you may be working from home differently, communicating with friends differently, just find yourself online more, talking to people on the phone so much more, texting so much more, emailing more, everything having to do with communication. Now, this could also be a lot of you deciding to take an online class. Now, remember, because we have Uranus in there's going to be these epiphanies, these things coming from out of nowhere, and these twists and turns in your path. So you might be taking an online class and you might realize, wow, I really love this, and I'm actually really, really good at this. So I think I want to change the trajectory of my career. Lots of people are changing careers right now because of what's going on in the economy, which I think is great. If you're staying open to the energy and you're not laying down and letting the energies have their way with you, and you're really being very proactive, it's going to be very, very supported on the other side of this. Now, if none of that resonates with you right now, let's say you're very gainfully employed, you've been working at home for a long time, you've been doing the Zoom, the whatever for a dog's day, right? This can have to do with relationship, guys. It absolutely, right? You meeting somebody special online, reconnecting with somebody from your past in a very positive way. Anything like that, because remember, online, so a really nice energy to meet somebody online who's going to end up, that you're going to end up being very surprised by this connection, and you're going to be surprised. And this could have to do with even reconnecting with somebody from the past in a different way that you never would have imagined it would have happened, or that you never would have imagined meeting somebody new in the type of person that you end up meeting, whatever it is. Because think Uranus, boom, surprises, right? So I really like that, because it's all positive. There's a lot of positive energy here having to do with it. Yes, Saturn's going to be in there. Saturn is going to be in that house of communication, but what that just means is, Saturn, again, it rules the past, which is why I keep saying you guys might be connecting with somebody from your past, but doesn't have to be, right? Because we also have Uranus, which is about the future. So it could be, creating a new future with somebody from your past. For a lot of you, that would make total sense to me. But what was I going to say? I think I just lost my train of thought. Hate when I cut myself off like that. No, but either way, whatever is going to come to fruition, even though Saturn's going to be hanging out in there, it's still going to be very good. It's just going to indicate maybe a little delay, and that's it. But we're in quarantine right now, so that's expected, and right now. So let's just get into the cards. Let's get right into the cards. And we're going to start with career. I'm going to timestamp below So this way we'll have the 3 sections of the video separate. So we're going to do career, and then we're going to go into relationship, okay? Remember, these messages are general, guys. Take what resonates, throw out the rest. Don't try to make it fit. If it doesn't, check your rising sign, moon sign, and your Venus sign as well. And with career, I always say, if you know your chart, check out the 10th house placement as well. 10th house, 2nd house, 6th house. 10, 2, 6. Okay, for your career. If you know your charts, let's cut this. Okay, 5 of coins in reverse, okay? Not feeling supported right now, not feeling like your voice really matters. Crossed by the 7 of wands. Standing your ground, all right. All right, coming into this energy, we have the 8 of cups. So the 8 of cups is a recognition that you need to walk away from something toxic, right? You need to go in a different way. This is a Saturn and Pisces energy. Saturn and you. So it's, even though it's going to be really difficult, you really want to move towards what it is that you really ultimately see for yourself. What it really is that you want, right? Because whenever we have a cup energy and it's associated with you guys, Pisces, it's about what it is that we really want in our heart space. What it is that we really want, you know, for ourselves in the future. What's our dream? Right? Having to do with career, or just with life, right? That our career would bring us. So there is this moving away. In the upright, it's like, this is going to be difficult, but I'm going to do it anyway, you know? And again, now we have the 5 of coins. 5 of coins it's a mental card. So it's very mental. This is a card of lack. Okay, it's a card of lack. It's feeling like your voice is being silenced, or it's not being heard. It's not feeling like you're getting the resources in that you need. Many of you could be feeling very sort of disconnected, which makes sense because we're in quarantine, but in a different way. It's like you don't have that mental, physical, and emotional connection from your employment, from your job right now, having to do with your career. And this is crossed by the 7 of wands. And I actually kind of like this because this is more in Leo energy. So this is like drawing a line in the sand. And this is saying, all right, this is what I need. Getting in touch with, this is what I need, this is what I need, and that is what I need. And I'm not going to defend myself. If I have to, I will, but I'm not wavering. And this is getting very front and center in a very passionate way with what your needs are. So on the one hand, you feel like you're in the space of lack, but you're at the same time getting very in touch with what it is that you actually do need. We have the King of Wands crowning you. So this, whenever we have wands in reverse, it always indicates delay. And when we have a king energy, this can indicate somebody really kind of getting in your way from being able to move forward, some sort of manipulation that's getting in the way. But it's this inability to move forward in a way that's going to bring you into a space of safety, right? Where you end up feeling really, really safe in what it is that you're doing. So you're not feeling safe. And then we have the sun energy as the foundation in the reverse. Now, this is still very benefic in the reverse. It really is, guys. Sun is such a great energy. But in the reverse, it indicates it's time to ask yourself, what are you holding on to from your past that you can't let go of? Having to do with this job. What's getting in your way from you being able to move forward? Because something definitive is standing in your way, and it has something to do with ego. So I want you to remember, the sun rules Leo, and when Leo is reversed, that's egotism at its best. It just is, right? Every sign has its light and dark sides, right? So that's what it is. Like what are you holding on to in a way almost where it's directly connected to your ego that's going to prevent you from being able to move forward on the trajectory that you're supposed to. And only you know the answer to that. Only you know the answer. Yeah, I mean, I just get this real Pisces, this is no shade on you at all, right? But I almost feel like a victim mentality, victim sensibility here. And it could be completely justified because you're very much right now, this is you. You're justice reverse right now. You're feeling like things are just not fair. And you're in a space where maybe you're not being fair to somebody, but there is this remember the glyph, justice is Libra. The glyph for Libra is the scales. Also, Libra is ruled by Venus. Venus is connection to money and self-esteem. Besides love, it's more than love. Venus is about more than love. So Justice reverse, you're in this space of just feeling like things are very unfair. And again, this could be one, because between the Five of Coins reverse, feeling like your voice isn't heard, feeling this lack of connection, right? Feeling unsafe with the King of Wands reverse energy, and all of these things are going to create a fear. And when fear gets out of control, we end up tapping into our ego to protect ourselves, because it's part of the human condition, for goodness sake. So the Sun reverse and Justice reverse can be you just feeling very wrapped right now in a fear that's creating this exacerbation of what can come off as seeming like a strong ego, but you feel like you're not being given all the information. External to you is the King of Cups reverse. So this is telling me that somebody is not telling you everything. Something is being held back from you, right? Something is being held back from you. This movement is being held back from you. The ability to move forward is being held back from you right now in the way that you want to. And your fear is the Princess of Coins. You're just afraid of not having. You're really afraid of not having. You're afraid of not having a new path, because this is a Taurus and Aries energy. So you're afraid of not having that new path offered to you in the way that you really want. Then we have the Six of Swords energy. So this tells me that you like checking out, leaving the toxicity and moving on. You're moving on to something that's a lot healthier for you, Pisces. This is really good. Now, in the reverse does indicate that you might not be able to do it right now, which makes sense, right? Because we're in quarantine, most of us anyway, and you know, we really can't go out and kind of throw into action these new paths. So this could be you just mentally saying, all right, I'm done here. I'm going to just, you know, really moving in another direction towards a healthier space, towards calmer waters, so to speak. Five of Swords. Okay. So the Five of Swords is, I don't hate this card because it's a Venus and Aquarius energy. So when we're talking about, it's like, how can we, it's a five is conflict, sword is truth, sword is word, sword's communication. So it's going to definitely be some sort of discussion that you're going to be having regarding work. This could absolutely also just be with yourself, all right? But whenever we have Aquarius, we have Uranus. And whenever there's Uranus, it's like, okay, how are we going to do this differently? What are we going to do that's different? Because if we're not going to do that, then what are we going to do? So this could be, for many of you, this can be reconfiguring how you guys work at the current job that you're in, right? And you just doing what you got to do for now, doing what you have to do, right? But I do feel like you guys are going to be leaving just because we have the Six of Swords in reverse. This is you mentally at least checking out and saying, you know what, I'm going to be moving on. But for now, this is figuring out how things are going to be different. How are you going to do the job that you're doing now differently? Or how are you going to get into a new job of some kind? You know, whatever it is, it's got to be different than what you're doing now. So for some of you, if you're married, if you're partnered, whatever, the conflict could be with your significant other, where they're not agreeing with what they think. They think you should be doing something different. Okay? Your boss might be expecting something of you that you just feel like is completely unfair and unrealistic and not sustainable for your life. Whatever it is. But there's conflict here regarding the idea of how something is going to be handled differently. Okay, we have the Emperor reverse energy. You're dealing with either a narcissist, okay? Some of you are going to be dealing with a narcissist. Others of you are not going to be dealing with a narcissist. You're going to know if you are, trust me. Okay, having to do with your career. Or remember, Emperor is Aries, and Aries is ruled by Mars, which is all about a fresh perspective, a new path, a new initiative, and this ability to move forward in this new way. So that could be that right now you don't have the ability to go forward in a new way. Yeah. Judgment reverse. This is a Pluto energy, so there's going to be some sort of ending here that's not going to be rebuilt. Rebirth, let's say, right? Because Pluto is about death and rebirth, right? It's a Scorpio energy. Four of Cups, you're really holding tightly to your money, which you should be right now. Can't blame me for that. And this is also being in a deep mode of self-protection right now. Very deep mode of self-protection. Yeah, you're definitely looking to protect yourself. We get the Queen of Coins reverse. Absolutely. Absolutely. You're feeling very nervous about your money, for your home, for your family. You're feeling very nervous about your future. You're feeling very unsupported right now. It says you're having a hard time. You're having a hard time seeing this new path. Three of Wands reverse. You know, the Three of Wands reverse can indicate delay in a new beginning, but this can also indicate very challenging communication with somebody. Okay, regarding a new path moving forward. You know, going back to that Five of Swords energy. Then we have the Hermit. Yeah, at the end of the day, you guys are going to hermit out. Go into that mental space. And just think. Isolate yourself a little bit. Okay. Now, while you're in this space, I have to tell you what I'm getting. While you're in this space of doing this deep introspection and this deep thinking, I do feel that some of you are going to come to the realization that, this is only for some of you, you want to figure out a way where you could still do your job. In other words, you were very maybe reactive in the moment. You were feeling very nervous because maybe you were laid off, you were furloughed, whatever it was, out of work, and you were feeling very needing to support yourself, feeling very afraid. Everything that I indicated before, I don't want to repeat myself, but now you're in a space, for some of you, it's just going to be pulling away to think about things differently. But for others of you, what you're thinking about is, how can I work on this career to make it work for me? How can I take my skill set and really make it work for me? So some of you may be like even wanting to stay in the job that you're in and just figuring out a way of, all right, how can I actually make myself more gainfully employed in this area right now, given the current situation of things? And you being very deeply introspective about that, because the Hermit, it's about being very introspective, yes, but it's also about trying to come up with solutions, because it's a Virgo energy. And Virgo is a very pragmatic sign, very pragmatic, wanting to find solutions to things, right? So the truth of a situation is definitely going to be coming to you. Okay, absolutely. You're not going to know what to believe, but you can believe it. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, this tells me that you're not going to be returning to something that you've been doing. Okay? Because the Wheel of Fortune, it rules the past. It's a Jupiter energy, but it indicates like luck and expansion, because it's a Jupiter energy, but it's also something from the past that's showing back up again. So I am feeling that for you guys, there is not going to be a revisiting of that. But then we have the Four of Wands. You're going to be moving forward in a way that's going to really bring you a very firm foundation. So whatever you decide here, Pisces, you have to have faith in what it is that you're feeling. Have trust in how intuitive you are. Really don't, how do I say this? Because I know, Pisces, it's a tough go for you. You guys are very intuitive, but you're also ruled by Neptune. So sometimes it's like, you know, you get confused and you don't see things clearly, but at the same time, there's no more a higher intuitive sign than you guys. So really what I want to say here is, whatever your intuition is telling you regarding your career, it's going to end up bringing you a really solid foundation. So you're not crazy. It's not in your mind. Whatever you're feeling is real. And what your intuition is going to be telling you regarding how you should progress forward is exactly the right path, because it's going to end up bringing you to the Four of Wands, which we like this because it's a very firm foundation. It's a very firm foundation for you to move forward on. So, okay, so that's it for career. Let's go into love. Those of you in the space of love, for love, if you have anybody in your energy field at all. Okay. Let's see what we have. Our Pisces friends. Pisces. And the Pisces needs to know. Remember, guys, the energies could always be flip-flop, particularly with the relationship reads, because the energy gets very enmeshed. It's hard to tell the difference between the two. Three of Swords, reverse to begin. Okay. Seven of Wands. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. So Pentacles in relationship reads usually means mental, physical, emotional connection, right? And it's this offering to move forward in a very practical way, in a very earthy way, because Pentacle energy is very earthy. Okay. So this could be you having offered somebody something, somebody offering you something, you meeting somebody, you know, in the recent past. And then we have the Three of Swords energy, which is the card of pain in reverse, and it's crossed by the Seven of Wands energy. The Seven of Wands energy is about, you know, drawing a line in the sand, right? Really drawing a line in the sand. It's a Mars and Leo energy. Really identifying what it is that you want, need, and desire in a relationship, and you're ready to defend yourself if you need to. But we have here first the Three of Swords energy. This just simply, look, this is Saturn in Libra. So this just means that there was some sort of challenge in the relationship. Now, this could certainly be this idea of Pisces, either you maybe having feelings for somebody else, you having been with somebody else and it coming to light, your partner, the same thing with your partner, you realizing that your partner was with somebody else, because it could be this third party situation, and it doesn't have to be the full execution of a third party, it could just be the energy of it, because it's a card of pain, and that's still pretty painful too, right? This could also have to do with irresponsible use of money, where, you know, somebody is just, you know, spending to spend and it's at your expense, or they don't have your back regarding some sort of family or friend issue, whatever would cause betrayal. But what this is much more positive in the reverse, in that, remember, I always like to mention that there are certain sword energies that are a lot more positive in the reverse, because sometimes the swords fall out, right? The Three of Swords, the swords are falling out, meaning the truth is coming out. And it's coming out in a way where there's at least going to be validation. At least there's going to be clarity and there's going to be validation. But the Seven of Wands is going to be crossing that validation, where you're going to be like, listen, you know, I need this, that, and the other thing. And because of this betrayal, I don't know, has kind of shaken up the landscape of the relationship. And you're saying, I'm really not sure how I feel. You're the Hangman now. And the Hangman is Neptune energy, and that's your ruler, right? So not totally uncomfortable for you, because this is where you hang, right? It's the 12th house energy, the house of self-undoing. But this is you like, waiting a minute. You're not, as the crowning energy, it's like this relationship is sort of on pause. Now, I don't know if it's on pause because of the quarantine, if it's on pause because you guys decided to pause it, whatever. But it's you trying to really figure things out, figure out where it is that you want to land. And you just want to be careful here, though, because there is the potential for there to be a little analysis paralysis with the Hangman energy. Right, so you're feeling very confused about things. Then as the foundation, we have the Three of Cups reverse. Now, the Three of Cups in the upright is all about celebrating and partying with your partner and celebrating with friends and family and feeling really connected to your friends and all of that wonderful stuff. And in the reverse, having to do with connection and relationship, I have to tell you, this indicates irresponsible partying, irresponsible flirting, not being 100% solid in the relationship. And that is what that Three of Cups energy means. It means somebody not showing up with full integrity, okay? Some sort of irresponsible behavior. So again, that could be you, because this is for the relationship. So that could be you, or it could be the person that you were dealing with. Now, you right now, it's the Nine of, regarding this relationship, we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. So you feeling delay in moving this forward. Between the Hangman and this, I feel a lot of delay, but you're not even sure if you feel a passion for it, if you want to move forward in it. You're just not feeling, you're just not sure. Now, the energy external to you, all right, you're feeling this Four of Swords energy. So the Four of Swords energy is a moving on energy. It's realizing that you've been through, they have been through, right? Because this is the external energy. So this would be the person that you're dealing with. But the Four of Swords is realizing that you've been through quite a lot, right? Because if you think about on most tarot decks, this is a little different. This is a very unique deck. But in many of the tarot decks that you see, it's a soldier that's lying on the top of a coffin, right? So he just came back from battle, from the war, and he's just feeling very grateful that he made it through, and he's on top of a coffin that was initially designated for him in case he died, but he actually made it through, and he's thinking about all of the lessons that he learned and how he's going to actually assimilate all those lessons in a way into his life. But there's this recognition that he's walking away from the negativity, from the war, and he's going to move his life forward, but he's going to rest for a minute. And this is the external energy to you, is somebody realizing, you know what, that relationship really was just a little too much, and you know, I'm going to take the good, and I'm just going to, I need to leave, I need to move on. And we have your fear is the Two of Wands in reverse. So wands are Two of Wands. So wands are wands are motivation and passion, right? And feeling really kind of just, you know, wanting to take this new path, wanting to step into that new life, really wanting to, but in reverse, you're not feeling it. But you're afraid. So you're afraid of not feeling the passion anymore for this relationship. You're afraid of it not being that new beginning. You're afraid of that. So it's like on the one hand you're confused about it, and on the same hand you're feeling this delay. You're feeling this lack of willingness to move forward, but yet you're afraid of not having a new beginning with them, which is very interesting. But then we have the full reverse here as the final outcome. Now this is a Uranus energy, so this tells me that Uranus is all about, let's shake it up, take the risk, get on that path. Let's take calculated risk and do this anyway. And this is not going to happen, right? The full reverse is not taking that calculated risk. In your near future, we have the Queen of Wands energy. Queen of Wands is very passionate. I mean, this is about forward movement, lots of passion, lots of fire in your belly. So obviously I need to pull a couple cards here. Because the Fool energy is a lack of willingness to move forward on a path. It's like part of you is afraid of not having this person, but another part of you knows that this person is not right for you anymore. And you're in this sort of like state of purgatory. So let's see what ends up happening. Oops. Let's see. Oh, see, look at that. I just saw the Lover's energy. I'm going to pull this out because it was like popping. Well, let's just put that back. That was in a card split. We have an obvious card split like that. We have to. All right, so we have the Lover's energy, Queen of Wands. So the Lover's is a Gemini energy. Lovers is also about really kind of promising each other that you're going to really try to work things out. You're going to have a shared mind as far as relationship goes. Okay, we have the Eight of Cups. Okay, let me just pull the cards here and then I'll talk here. Yeah. Okay. So, all right, Pisces, listen, I have to tell you what I'm getting. We have the Lover's energy. We talked about that already. Okay. Sorry about that ring light. Okay, so we have the Lover's energy. So the Lover's is about realizing, you know what, we might not be perfect, right? But we're going to, so you're meeting somebody. No, because right under this is eight of Cups in reverse. This is somebody from your past. Somebody from your past that you just could not wash off your soul, no matter how hard you tried. Eight of Cups. Right? Saturn and Pisces energy. Saturn and you. And in the upright, this is being like, all right, you know what, this is really hard, but I'm just going to leave. I gotta get away from this. right? I have to get away. You had a lot of passion with this person for sure. There was a lot of attraction here. There was a lot of very deep connection here. And then we have the Page of Swords energy, which is another reason why I'm saying this person's not brand new. I feel like it would have been an ace. Page means new cycle. So this is somebody coming in and saying, all right, let's have this new cycle, but this time we're going to just totally tell the truth. Awesome. Totally tell the truth. And we have the Strength energy here. So this is a Leo energy. So, you know what? I like that the Leo, this card kind of gets a bad rap because it does have a lot to do with the ego and egos needing to be stroked. You may be in a situation where you feel like you need to stroke somebody's ego, or your ego needs to be stroked. Somebody's ego could be an issue here. But at the same time, it's also in the face of fear. Because look at her. She knows this lion could snap her up in a second, but she's still hanging out with him anyway. It's in the face of fear, still doing something anyway to move forward because you have this passion. Remember, Leo, this is ruled by the sun. This is a fire energy. This is passion. This is forward movement. Like, I'm scared, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to do it anyway. But there's going to be some sort of delay initially in this new beginning. Page of Wands. That's just telling me that there's going to be a delay. When we have Wands reverse, it's delay. So it could be because of the quarantine right now. And then we have the Ten of Cups energies, guys. Reconciliation card. Hello. It's a reconciliation energy, Ten of Cups. Deepening of commitment, deepening of communication. Absolutely beautiful. Being with the right person in the way that you guys have been wanting, right? Getting what you want in this relationship. It's not going to be easy getting there. Okay, wow. It feels like a long time since I started the love read. This feels like a little bit of a roller coaster. So I feel like there's an energy in your world right now that you're not going to end up staying with. You're not going to end up staying with them, but there's going to be a reconnection. This Queen of Wands energy, somebody that you feel this deep passion for that you just haven't been able to fully get over. And it's somebody that you want to have the conversation, have serious honesty, right? Because we have the Page of Swords, Lover's energy. Let's try to figure this out. That's got the blessing of Archangel Raphael on it too. You know, doing it doing it scared. That's the Strength energy, doing it scared. Got the Page of Wands. There's going to be some delay, but then we got the Ten of Cups. Absolutely beautiful. It's a beautiful reading. It's a confusing reading. I'm sorry if you're cross-watching and you are the person that Pisces is with right now, guys. I can't control what the cards say. So don't get mad at the telephone. Let me just pull a couple of Island Time Wellness for you guys. Let's see what we have here. Not today, not dealing with hurt. Avoiding a conversation, cold person. Boundaries, still angry. Okay. Boat. Good. Progression, moving on, closure issues. Closure issues. Isn't that what I said? Passion. This is the perfectly aligning with the tarot here. Passion, insane chemistry, like each other equally, having fun. This is the Queen of Wands. Seduction, attraction, flirting, dating. Let's do one more. Addiction, codependency, obsession, possession, controlling, has a block, restraint. So this may be that truth that you need to talk about. You know, where is it? Because addiction is such a one-dimensional term that really does indicate just the idea of there being imbalance. So wherever there was imbalance, that needs to actually you guys need to talk about that. But I feel like I've been getting that for you guys for a bit. I don't know. Remember everything differently. Pisces, thank you so much for joining me. That is what I have for you. I hope this was helpful in some way. You guys stay healthy, stay safe. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.